How cold narcissistic rage creates trauma bonds that are incredibly hard to break. You think you're attached to him? But what if you're actually attached to the relief he gives you after the pain? And that's where trauma bonds begin. Most women think trauma bonds are created by love. They aren't. They're created by confusion, and cold narcissistic rage is one of the fastest ways to create it. Here's why. At first, everything feels normal. Then he suddenly becomes distant, cold, unreachable, and you have no idea what happened. You replay every conversation, every text, every word, looking for the mistake. But here's what makes it dangerous. The silence feels like punishment, and your brain starts treating connection like survival. So you work harder. You apologize more. You become more careful. And that's only the first part, because eventually he comes back. Not with accountability, not with answers, just enough warmth to make you exhale. And your nervous system mistakes relief for love. But here's where it gets interesting. The pain disappears. The anxiety calms down, and your brain releases dopamine, not because the relationship is healthy, because the threat is temporarily gone. And now the cycle is starting to wire itself into your nervous system. Most people stop here. Don't. Because the next part explains why leaving feels impossible. Every time he withdraws, you panic. Every time he returns, you feel grateful, even though he's the one who created the pain. Read that again. He's causing the wound, then becoming the temporary relief. And your brain starts linking him to both. That's not intimacy. That's conditioning. But it gets worse. Over time, you stop trusting yourself. You stop asking what you need. You start asking what he needs. You stop monitoring your emotions. You start monitoring his moods become your weather. His approval becomes your oxygen. And that's exactly what trauma bonds do. They slowly replace self-trust with emotional dependency. And the last part? Nobody talks about this. The strongest trauma bonds are rarely created by the worst moments. They're created by the hopeful moments. The moments that make you believe the good version of him is coming back. The moments that keep you waiting, the moments that keep you staying, the moments that keep you explaining away behavior that would never be acceptable from anyone else. And that's why cold narcissistic rage is so powerful. It doesn't just hurt you, it teaches you to chase relief. Now you know why trauma bonds feel so hard to break? Next time, I'll show you the 5 signs you're healing from a trauma bond even when it doesn't feel like it.